Since being named manager, and what's that been like since then?
What haven't they been really? It's just a little bit of everything right now. So kind of catching up on the defensive end of things and still spending some time in the cages with hitting and still keeping my foot in there. So it's really all over the map right now.
How much you were anticipating the start of the season? I guess it's April 4th or 8th or something like that, where you actually get your chance to.
I'm grateful for this time to practice. It's like these guys are here to prepare, and I'm also here, studying every morning, watching video, and go through my day and learning aspects of defense that, learning our philosophies inside and out on defense that I haven't been really paying close attention to as a hitting coach. So, I think that I'm grateful for this time right now, and I'm not worried about, beginning of the season right now.
Mm-hmm. You got a pretty good reaction from guys that you've run into since the promotion?
Yeah, it's been awesome to have so much support from the players, and definitely our staff and our coaches. That was a given, but the players calling me Skip and everything kind of rising me a little bit, but it's been extremely well received, and it feels really natural, to be honest with you.
Does anything feel different about what's happening now?
In a good way, yeah, in a good way. Just it's more of a leadership role, and just kind of getting the opportunity to set a standard is always a privilege, and it's something that I've done my whole life and wanted to do my whole life, and this role is just a little bit more of that. So it's, in a good way, it feels like something that's even more natural for me to do a hitting coach.
Have you reached out to any managers or ex-managers in particular since you were named into your role? And have they given you any advice?
They've reached out to me,
Right.
So it was great to have a reaction of just like, obviously all the previous managers that I had as a strength and conditioning coach or hitting coach reach out to me and say congratulations and offer me a few pieces of advice, and more so just offer me the open communication and say, hey, like whenever you need to talk, ask questions, or just vent, or talk about a mistake or whatever, like they're there for me. And I think it's been the reaction's been great, having such a big network in professional baseball, being around for 10 years, that I have that network to call on, and that they're reaching out to me offering that. So it feels, I feel very supported from all angles.
Are there any chance to go set up the office over there and check that out?
And I haven't yet. No, I haven't. I've got my office here and kind of hit the ground running, so we'll take care of that later.
What have your impressions been of Jason?
I think you guys just saw it. Like he has super high aptitude. He wants to learn anything that he can to help himself, including English, right? So I don't know if you guys caught on this, but like he's nervous doing that, but he still pushes himself to do it, and it's pretty much all around how he approaches baseball too. Is, hey, if we want him to try something new or make an adjustment, he's going to listen to what we have to say, and he's a really intelligent kid who wants the information and wants to know why and asks questions. He's a critical thinker, so I always just say what sticks out to me is the things that you can't see on the field, which is just his aptitude and his ability to really think critically about things.
What about the skill set?
Yeah, his skill set is, I think, pretty obvious. He's definitely got the power, and refining a few things just like any other young prospect, but his talent is obviously there.
For you as a manager, what do you think it's going to be like having him potentially in center field for you?
I just get, I just get excited to have him in the clubhouse. Like, it's just, we have a great relationship, and I know that he's gonna, have my back and be a good communicator to the players, Latino and Americano, Latino and American, and same thing is that I know I can communicate to him, and you'll be able to send a message. So I think that having that just strong relationship is gonna be great to have him on the squad, and obviously have him run down a few balls with his speed, so that never hurts.
Do you guys have English teachers at all, or is it all on their own with teammates?
We have English teachers, and just like many teams, I think it's like the education programs are phenomenal and they do help a lot, but it's always the chatter in the dugout and the relationships and also just them on their own. Jason's doing Duolingo and Rosetta Stone on his own to improve, and a lot of the guys have their phones in English or are watching movies and listening to music in English, and so it's just like anything else. I mean, you have the basic education, but also it's the effort that you put in yourself.
So they have classes a couple hours a week, or how does that work?
Depending on the guy and their level, yeah, they'll have classes several times a week.
A lot of people have mentioned his leadership skills, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
How does that manifest? What are some examples of that you've seen either on the field or off?
He'll be the one to jump in and translate for a guy, even though maybe like he's now translating what the coaches are saying in English into Spanish. So he's the guy who wants to basically help and reach out and guide his teammates. And so it's, he's still young, and so just like anything else, it's like we're finding leadership skills too, and saying, hey, this is your opportunity to do that. And that's something that you have to, I think, empower the athletes and teach them. It's semi-natural, and then you kind of have to harness all that power and put it in the right direction. And other people are noticing that. I mean, we've got Austin Wills right there. He's been great for him too, saying, hey, maybe don't say that, maybe say this, and so again, that's just another skill that's really valuable that we want to develop.
How hard is it to balance the fact that you are going to get a lot of attention? I think this is the first time we've done 2 interviews with a Class A manager before, with actually having the main job of player development. How will you be able to handle both of that?
It's just a part of the job, and definitely where I'm going and where I want to go in my career, I don't really have a choice, so it's just something that, is it extra time? Is it possibly a distraction? Sure. And if I don't know how to manage that, then I'm never going to be where I want to be. And also, if you're with the Yankees, that's just a part of the gig, right? So I think that I just view it as another part of my job that I have to, hone those skills myself and be good at those things. And it's just part of my day. I don't think it's any different than what I do out here. It's just a responsibility that I have. And as soon as I sign on the dotted line, then that's the responsibility that you accept.
Are there any prospects that have been sticking out to you as far as performance, like especially the lower level guys that don't get a lot of attention?
I don't want to say prospects, but I mean, I'd always like to pump up our guys. I'll throw out a couple names, but I love seeing Wagman hit the ball as hard as he does. It's really impressive. Hope to see some good things out of him. I'm looking for Chaparro too when he gets here. He's in the Dominican, but just some really exciting things from those guys. Definitely, I think Wag's name is not a name that's thrown out there all the time. I really like seeing what he's doing, and it's pretty exciting to see how much power he has.
Is there any concern with the amount of attention that Jason has gotten so young? That can heat up players in small